Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Monday, November 18th, and you know what that means. It's time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter, and Charismatic Creations 52 on Patreon. But without further ado, let's get into the news. Final Battle has a location, not just any location, a very, very special location. The Ring of Honor pay-per-view will be taking place at the Hammerstein Ballroom this year. That is great. This is a legendary location that housed ECW for a long time. And with NXT using the ECW arena about 2 weeks ago, well, it was time for AEW to one-up them. We do not have any news of a Women's Intercontinental Championship coming to Monday Night Raw. We'll get into the brackets for the U.S. Women's Titles Tournament on Smackdown, but there has been no news. But I suspect, this is just me speculating that we will be getting one, and it'll probably debut when Raw moves to Netflix. Collision will be going live this December. Guess from where? The Hammerstein Ballroom. This is very, very good. This will be taking place on December 21st. And this will be the first time Collision will be taking place at the Hammerstein Ballroom. NXT's Carmen Patrick will be taking on Sumi Saki Sunday, November 24th at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport Party with GCW. This is really, really good. Carmen Patrick might be the best overall all-around fighter for Bloodsport, and this is Bloodsport 12. The current card is Carmen Patrick versus Sumi Saki, Marina Shafir versus Jody Threat, Mike Bayley versus Josh Alexander, Charlie Gypsy versus Akira, Marcia Slamovich versus Lei Ying Lee, Dominic Gorini versus Kevin Koo, and MVP versus Josh Barnett. I like that. I'm really interested in that Marcia Slamovich versus Lei Ying Lee matchup. And in some shocking news, Speedball Mike Bayley is no longer with TNA. He is a free agent. He has fulfilled his contractual duties, and it sounds like he will be making his way to AEW. I am salivating at all of the potential matches that will go down. There we have some new WWE ID signings. So we have Jackson Drake. He's working for Deadlock Pro Wrestling, NWA, and the SHW. We have Brad Baylor. We have Aaron O'Rourke, and probably one of the biggest names, Ricky Smokes. And, of course, Zoe Sager. These individuals have all signed with the WWE in their ID program. We got a first look at Britt Baker in Cobra Kai. I did finish it, and she was fine. She was serviceable, not horrible, not nothing. She you know, the scream from Crowd Home about. She did her job well. The bracket has been revealed for the United States Championship Tournament, and this will be going down. Started last week on SmackDown. So if we look at the brackets, we have Bayley, Candice, LaRae, and Triple H for some reason loves triple threat matches. So we have Bayley, Candice LaRae, and B-Fab taking on each other. They will be facing the winner of Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green, and Blair Davenport. On the other side of the bracket, Jade Cargill, Michin, and Piper Niven, and they'll be facing the winners of Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, and Elektra Lopez. But those winners of those four triple threat matches facing each other, and then the finals will be taking place at Saturday night's main event. We have an update on Danhausen. He is still contracted under AEW. And he's working the indies, but right now there's no talks of him coming back. He's just going to keep working the indies, and we'll figure out what's up next for him. There has been some pitches for him. Nothing has been green lit. On the injury side of things, Cole Carter gave us an update, and he's close to an in-ring return. Remember, he got hurt earlier this year, and Sky Blue's giving us an update. She is solid. Remember, she's solid with an ankle injury. Her leg is in a cast, but she's getting better. She's healing, and she was fighting to come back. But that is the news, and we shall be right back with the week in review. get into the weekend review. Monday Night Raw. We are building towards War Games. Crown Jewel's behind us, and we're just fast forwarding to that. So Gunther talks about his upcoming title match against Priest, and Priest comes out and is like, you know what? You're scared. You're nervous. Your aura is gone, and that gets under Gunther's skin. And you know how rappers are like, no, I already know what you're gonna say against me, so let's just say it. That's what Priest did. He turned the tables on Gunther. Ricochet doesn't like this, and he breaks ranks. He tries to attack Priest, and Priest gets the upper hand, so we're gonna have a match later on in the evening. Kofi Kingston apologizes to R-Truth and gets in the face of Pete Dunne, and Xavier's like, dog, focus on us, not that. And Kofi's, Truth is our boy. Come on. So we got Kofi versus Pete Dunne going down. Dakota Kai is back, and Damage Control defeats the Pure Fusion Collective, because the Pure Fusion Collective always loses. Sammy has an idea for the 5th member. Pete Dunne defeated Kofi Kingston. During the match, Xavier Woods gave gave Pete Dunne a clothesline on the outside, which Kofi didn't like. Xavier's like, win the match. Just win the match. This is good storytelling right here. Dom and Finn get into it. Are we starting to see the cracks in the Judgment Day? Dom tells Finn, yo, I handle my business, but I got closer to the world title than you have done recently, and family is family. We'll see what goes down there. Reed and Seth Rollins fight again, and security finally breaks them up, so things didn't really go haywire. Adam Pearce gives Seth another match against Reed, and Sammy asks Seth to be the 5th member, which Seth declines. He will not be teaming up with the Roman Reigns ever again. Damian Priest defeated Ludwig Kaiser. Sheamus goes Braun Breaker into a match for the Intercontinental Championship, and Jimmy Uso approaches Braun. The Final Testament confront the Miz, but it was all the trap to attack the Wyatt Six, and they do end up beating the Wyatt Six down, but Uncle Howdy just laughs it off. Solo Sikoa also approaches Seth about being the 5th member, and Seth is like, no, I'm done with this, but I'm definitely not going to team with a fake Roman Reigns like yourself. And in the main event, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill retained the Women's Tag Team Championship against Liv and Raquel. Nia, Tiffany, and Io Sky all came in to join the fight, so it looks like we're definitely building towards War Games with the women. Over on Dynamite, this show also gets a fist. We are building towards Full Gear, which is 1 week away. I will be attending that. Christian Hangman Page ended up defeating Juice Robinson and Jay White. Hook grabbed Nick Wayne during the match, choked him out and snatched him to the back. Chris Statlander attacked Mercedes, Monet, and Camille and spared them both through a wall. Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher have words with each other and call each other out. Fletcher says Ospreay turned his back on Okada, turned his back on Kenny Omega, and really decided to leave them in the dust. And Ospreay's like, I may have done that, but I'm the champion wherever I went, and you're just a clone of me. Archer and Brian Cage end up backing up Fletcher, while Mark Davis and Powerhouse Hobbs back up Ospreay. The Undisputed Kingdom shows up, and Roderick Strong ends up defeating Lance Archer in a false count anywhere match. After that match, Takeshita attacks Strong, which leads into his match against Adam Cole, and using the Dynamite Diamond Ring, Takeshita defeated Adam Cole, which means it would be MJF versus Roderick Strong at Full Gear. Y'all didn't see that one coming, did you? Kyle O'Reilly and Ricochet arrived to back up their respective friends and partners. Bobby Lashley says he'll make an example of Swerve at Full Gear. The Death Riders and Orange Cassidy have some words. Darby attacked them and then chased them to the parking lot. He was always going to get his hands on them, and then Claudio just giant swung Darby into the gate wall, and the Death Riders get away. The Learning Tree vowed to defeat Ishii and retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. Britt Baker defeated Penelope Ford. Serena D comes out. Looks like she is next in line to face Britt Baker. I don't like that Penelope Ford has lost 2 back-to-back matches, especially after the disrespect she received 3 weeks ago against Jamie Hayter. Harley Cameron interrupt Mina Shirakawa's interview and sets up a match for them two on Collision. This was absolutely fun, fantastic. This is AEW where the breast wrestle. Swerve ended up defeating Leo Rush. Swerve gives up his back, allowing Shelton Benjamin to attack, and the Syndicate joins in, laying out Swerve and Prince Nana. Jamie Hayter interviews interrupted by a Julia Hart video, and in the main event, the House of Black defeated FTR to advance to Full Gear. Over Impact, do you still believe? Santana defeated Casey Navarro. The Nemas vowed to win both of their matches. The Hardys and Ace Austin are attacked by Trent Seven, Alexander Hamilton, and Jake Something. The Rascals ended up defeating Alan Angels and Jake Christina. Fine little match. The Northern Army beat Steve Maclin, Jonathan Gresham, and Eric Young. And this was a good way to get the win for the Northern Army, seeing as how they missed out on Bound for Glory. Cass gloats about winning the Call Your Shot Gauntlet and beating Rhino. Rhino vows to get his W back. Joe Hendry defeated Ryan Nemeth. Rosemary defeated Jade Stone. Tasha Slamovich backs Alicia Edwards, while Jordan Grace backs Masha. And whoever wins between Grace and Alicia will face Masha at the next pay-per-view for the Women's Championship, the Knockouts Championship. And in the main event, Nick Nemeth defeated Brian Myers. Joe Hendry made this. This was a good match and a good impact. This show gets a fist. Over on SmackDown, we are once again building towards War Games. Cody Rhodes makes a passionate plea to Nick Aldis to get the match versus Owens. He's like, Orton's home. He's hurt. It's because of me. I got to tell his wife and his kids what Kevin Owens did. And this is bigger than HR. This is still your fault, Cody. It just is. Sami Zayn is still looking for a fifth member. Bayley ends up defeating B-Fab and Candice LaRae to advance in the U.S. title tournament. I'm going to say right here, right now, this is the first time in a long time we've seen B-Fab wrestle. She acquitted herself well. She used her length. She used her athleticism. I want to see more from B-Fab. She's clearly been training. LA Knight declines. Sami Zayn is talking tonight, and then we also see Michin back up B-Fab against Piper and Chelsea, so we got a nice little feud starting up there. LA Knight declines Sammy, and then his open challenge is answered by Humberto. First it was Santos, but LA Knight had already beat him. Knight retains, and Shinsuke Nakamura attack LA Knight after the match. I am all for Shinsuke Nakamura being back. No one wants to team with the Bloodline, and Jimmy tells Roman that, you've got to make the call. He's got to make the call. The Bloodlines brawl, but Reed shows up, giving the new Bloodline the upper hand. Looks like he is the fifth member for War Games. This is going to be fun. So if he's the fifth member for them, that clearly means Seth Rollins is going to be the fifth member for the OG Bloodline. Kevin Owens was turned away and says Cody did his thing and brought it all on himself. Ciampa causes a no contest in the tag team title match against Motor City Machine Guns and the Street Profits. Ciampa is pissed. Nia retaining against Naomi with help from Candice LeRae. And in the main event, the main event segment, Roman Reigns makes a call to the wise men, but it goes unanswered. Over on Rampage, Sheeta defeated Layla Gray. Harley Cameron does Harley Cameron things because Harley Cameron is freaking amazing. Mark Briscoe defeated Daivari. Commander defeated Rocky Romero. Anna Jay vows to beat Mariah May for the championship on Collision. The Vendetta offers their services to Anna Jay, but she never accepts nor declines. LFI won a squash match. MVP says Swerve's arrogance is his greatest weakness, and Ricochet defeated Dante Martin. Over on Collision, we're taking the fight to the death. Riders, Mina Shirakawa defeated Harley Cameron. This was just fun, and I like that they switched up on Collision, and instead of using the normal party match, they went with the one-on-one match with two women who are super over and can get the crowd involved. More like this. Johnny Garcia. Dan Garcia defeated Johnny TV. Jack Perry attacked Daddy Magic. Garcia went after him, but they got the upper hand and tied him to a van and started driving Shelton Benjamin defeated Commander in a solid match. Hikaru Shida challenges Chris Statler in the warm-up match, getting Stat ready for her match at Full Gear. Hobbs won a squash match. Roderick Strong will win against MJF. He's probably not going to win against MJF. The Acclaimed beat LFI, but they're still not on the same page. FTR will build and putting their full support behind the Outrunners. Mariah May retained against Anna Jay in a fantastic no disqualification match. In the main event, Mox made his message clear. This is for AEW. Orange Cassidy, you're a snake. We are going to rebuild. We're going to plant our flag right here. This was one of the best episodes of Collision in a very, very long time. There's been good episodes, but this was just a good show. And it was a good go-home show. Since, however, there probably won't be a Collision next week. Our matches of the week from Dynamite: Swerve Strickland versus Leo Rush. Also, the House of Black versus FTR. These two teams just know each other so well. From Impact, the Northern Armory versus Steve Maclin, Jonathon, Gresham, and Eric Young. From Smackdown, Bayley versus B-Fab versus Candice LaRae in that opening U.S. Women's Title Tournament first round. From Smackdown, Nia Jax versus Naomi for the WWE Women's Championship. They packed a lot into 12 minutes. And from Rampage, Ricochet versus Dante Martin. And of course, from Collision, I'd be remiss not to mention Mariah versus Anna Jay for the AEW Women's World Championship in a no disqualification match. But that's our show. Before we get to that, our star of the week. This is very, very tough. I am going to give it to the ladies. Anna Jay, Mariah May, Mina Shirakawa, and Harley Cameron. These four women helped really carry a tough load and did a great job making Collision a great show. But that is our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look on the screen what we got coming up. Check out the socials. Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube. Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram. And of course the 215 on Twitter. Charismatic Creations 52 on Patreon. But I'll see you when I see you. Peace.